Hey guys, what is up? It's Versal here. Today we'll be discussing all of the upcoming features for the SAO project I'm working on. You've probably already seen the video. We'll be talking about raids, we'll be talking about dungeons, we'll be talking about items, skills, stats, crafting, housing, professions. We'll be talking about mounts and pets, weapons, floors, texture pack, the system, parties, and guilds. That's all we're going to be discussing today. So, yeah, let's start. First, I want to be talking about the raids. Now, once a server releases, there's only going to be one raid, which is for like very highly skilled players, I guess. It's the raid's called the Shadowborn Labyrinth. It has 8 bosses. The last boss drops a mount. I don't know if that's important, but I just wanted to say that. So yeah, 8 bosses. They're pretty hard. I've only fought one, and I died. Yeah. So yeah, raids is basically it's a bigger dungeon basically. You go in with either 10 to 20 men. The more people you bring, the stronger the boss gets, of course. So yeah, you fight the boss, you kill it, you get loot. That's pretty much it. Dungeons. Dungeons. We'll be talking about the Lost Tombs, Flame Warden's Lair, and AI 655_8, which is also a dungeon. The Lost Tombs, it's an underground dungeon where you'll be fighting a lot of undead mobs. I would say not the hardest dungeon to do. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Flame Warden's Lair. This is a fire dungeon, lots of lava, etc., etc. Very hard final boss, I have to say. It is doable though. AI 655_8. You'll basically be fighting a corrupted version of Cardinal here. Yeah, it's pretty cool once you see it. So yeah, let's continue. We'll be talking about items next. Items. So yeah, there is currently I made I think 800 custom items with varying stats depending on your preferences. So yeah, that took me a long time. For each weapon type, there's 3 legendaries. They have special abilities, special perks, movement speed, I don't know, jump height, etc., etc. Let's move on to skills. Skills. Every weapon type has skills, so it's not like you pick a class, you get skills, and that's it. You can actually change skills by switching weapons, which I think is pretty cool. You'll be starting with 6 skills, and you'll be gaining 1 skill for every 10 levels you level up. I'm still working on the skills. It's kind of hard to do, but I'll get there. Stats. For the stats, we will have Intellect, which increases your magic damage. We'll have Strength, which increases your melee damage. Avoidance, which basically gives you a chance to actually take no damage from a boss attack or whatever. We have Armor, which basically just reduces the damage taken. We have Stamina, which increases your health. And we have Agility, which is movement speed and ranged damage, meaning bows, guns, stuff like that. Crafting. We will not be using normal Minecraft crafting. I'm disabling the crafting table. I mean, you can still see it in game, but you can't do anything with it. So crafting will only be available through professions, which I'll be talking about in a bit. Alright, let's move on to housing. Houses will be done just like in Sword Art. You can buy or rent them. The prices vary depending on the quality of the location, the free blocks inside a house, and the floor it's built on. I've seen some decently big houses. Uh, Lots of chests, lots of space to store your items. So that's also why you would want either a house or a guild vault. Uh, Lots of space there to store your stuff. All right. Professions. I have a list of professions I'd like to share my thoughts on. The professions are taken from World of Warcraft, although I'm giving them my own twist. So basically, you have alchemy, which let you brew potions. You're gonna need at least one alchemist in every raid, because the buffs that you can get through this are pretty strong. So I would highly recommend having one of these in your group. Blacksmith. Blacksmiths can craft legendary weapons. They can craft armor. More specialized items as well. Also some fun stuff, which I'll be discussing in another video. Enchanting. Well, you all know what enchanting is. Basically, it lets you change the stats or increase the stats on an item. That's kind of it. Engineering. Engineering. They have stuff like teleporters, rockets, gears, which blacksmiths use. So you're gonna have to have an engineer if you want to have a blacksmith as well. Herbalism. This is basically what you want to get if you have alchemy. Picking up flowers, you can make these into potions, etc. It's pretty simple. Inscription. Inscription. It basically lets you enhance your skills and abilities. It's pretty cool. For instance, from fire ability, your ability will now deal frost damage, stuff like that. Jewel crafting. So you can put gems in your gear, basically giving them extra stats. Jewel crafting. I think it's only strong if you have a lot of people farming dungeons, etc. Because that's the only place where you can actually get gems. Leatherworking. It lets you create armor, basically. Armor with very high mobility stats on them. So, if you're using, I don't know, a one-handed sword or whatever, you're probably going to go for a leather armor. Mining. Well, this is pretty simple. This is for the jewel crafters and for the blacksmiths, because you need to mine copper ore and you need to mine gems. Skinning basically lets you collect hides from monsters that you kill, which you're going to use for leatherworking. Tailoring basically lets you create light armor. This is especially good for either healers or casters, such as mages or warlocks, whatever. Right, then there's also a few secondary talents, which you can also take two of. We have archaeology. Basically lets you dig in spots for some special loot, I guess. You can also get a mount from this. You have cooking, basically giving you extra stats after eating food. First aid, basically, this is kind of a solo thing. You want to pick this if you're going solo, because if you're going solo, you're probably not going to be a healer, but you're going to need healing. So first aid is pretty good. It heals injuries and removes potions, etc. Fishing. We all know what fishing is. Kind of boring, but yeah, it's used for cooking. fishing can give you some really powerful stats. Let's move on. Mounts and pets. Mounts are obtainable through obtaining or through completing certain achievements, or it could occur as a boss drop. So, for example, in our raid we have over here, in our Shadowborn Labyrinth, the last boss has a 5% chance of dropping him out, which is a zombie horse. Pets are basically either you can donate for them, which is not needed because you can also get them in game. Yeah, they're just little companions that walk with you and not do anything. Weapons. All the weapons are 100% made by me, so no randomized stats, although this might be implemented in the future depending on the amount of stuff I need to do. Like, very busy. Floors. Yeah, floors will work almost just like in Sword Art. After defeating the floor boss, you can proceed to the next floor, although everyone has to kill the boss before moving on themselves. So you can't, for example, a raid or a guild group defeats the boss. That doesn't mean everyone else can also move on the floor too. They'll also have to beat that boss. Yeah. Texture pack. The texture pack I'm working on is still under heavy development. I'll be releasing more information on this topic soon, since I'm so far into the alpha stages that there's not much to say about this yet. I'm sorry. The system. So this is pretty cool. It's a plugin I'm working on. We're using a custom plugin for a system. I've called it Cardinal, since that's the system Sword Art uses. Cardinal system protects the server and helps players with problems. Every command you use will be transferred to the Cardinal database. This is so I can see which command players use the most, so maybe simplify these commands. For instance, the command being too long, or I don't know, too stupid to type. Alright, now that I've covered that, I want to talk about parties and guilds. Parties are pretty simple. You just use /invite player name party. If they accept it, poof, you're in a party. You can now enter dungeons together, etc., etc. Guilds, yeah, guilds. Why do we have guilds? Raids require you to be in a guild group. This is the only way you can enter a raid and gain loot from the bosses. The loot is given to the guild master or the guild party leader, so he can give it to the people who need it. This is why you should pick a trustworthy person as your raid leader. Otherwise, he might just snatch all the loot and get out. So yeah, that was it for now. More information will be coming soon. Yeah, guys, if you like the video, please leave a like. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.